Good vibration, good vibration, good vibration.
All right, girls, I just got my bento bag from Nomad Lane, and I am so excited to share this with you guys. So first of all, this bag is so sleek and it is so gorgeous. First of all, can we get into this beautiful color? So girls, this bag is going to be your ultimate travel guide. So whether it is for a weekend getaway with your man or your daily commute, or even if it's just a bag that you use for hands-free travel, Nomad Lane has you covered. The bag is designed to fit under most airline seats, which is perfect for traveling hands-free. Plus it is super versatile. You can carry this bag approximately 4 different ways depending on your style or on your needs. The quality is amazing, guys. So guys, this bag is made with premium weather-resistant nylon and LWG certified leather. So it does look really, really sleek while being durable enough to handle any adventure. The best part about this bag is that it does come with a 1-year warranty. So if anything fails due to manufacturing or quality issues, Nomad Lane will get your issues resolved quickly. Another key feature of this bag is that it does ship extremely fast. If your bag is in stock, it's probably going to ship within 1 to 2 business days. And so if you are looking for something that is stylish, functional, and reliable, that will cover all of your travel needs, the bento bag is definitely worth checking out. You guys let me know if you intend on purchasing your bento bag. Once again, I would like to thank Nomad Lane for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on to the vlog. Hey girls, all right y'all, I am getting ready to go take care of some business. Obviously I didn't come back this morning because I've been over here working on some documents and stuff, and girl, that stuff is time consuming, you hear me? So I was like, you know what, let me focus on this because, you know, that was pretty important. And you know, with that type of stuff, you need to, you know, just give your 100% divided attention. So that's what I had going on. I'm hoping that after I get everything taken care of, my day can just go on as usual. Girl, these eyebrows be wearing me out. That's why they say your eyebrows are sisters or cousins, and certainly not twins, girl. I was over here thinking, like, is there anybody who has mastered 100% art of not letting their coworkers know anything about them? And I was thinking about that because I went into this one office and I had to get something notarized, which I have to go back and get something else notarized. But anyway, I was like, damn, these people, they work in like tight quarters. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, it is probably impossible for anybody to not know anything about you in an office. But don't worry, girl. I just thought about something. It don't really matter whether they know anything about you or not, because what they don't know, they'll just fill in the gaps with lies. Girl, they will fill them gaps in with them lies, baby. That's one thing about it, working in, you know, an office structure. But I heard a lot of people, like, who work for the government, some people are losing their jobs because of this guy passing away. Now, I had never heard of this guy before, but it was a lot of people, you know, they had some things to say or whatever, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I don't know. I never heard of the guy. I don't know who he is, but I also don't believe in like celebrating somebody's demise or celebrating somebody's downfall, you know, whether it be death or whatever it is. I just don't believe in that. And it's just like, he still, you know, he had a mom, a wife, kids, you know, it's just sad all the way around. But I don't know, girl. It's like, I talked about this before, but girl, it's just like this day and age, you just never, ever know, maybe when them tables gonna turn. Because one thing about them tables, say it together, class, they always turn. They always turn. And you just gotta be so careful. Not being out here speaking, you know, negatively on anybody's name. And then too, that's another thing, like, girl, I think we all have enough shit to worry about. You know what I'm saying, baby? Worry about yourself. Eat what's on your plate. You know, instead of just out here talking about what everybody else has going on. I don't know, y'all. Baby, let me tell you something. This season for me has been a 100% absolutely mind your business season. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, I've been too busy over here trying to come up out these trenches. Girl, I've been over here trying to come up out these trenches, you know? And so I've been pretty much just focused on myself. But also, guys, you know, I'm a grown woman. You know, I'm 2 times grown. And so it's just one of those things where as you get older, well, this is for most people. I ain't gonna say all, because there's some people that go to their grave just messy, girl, messy, complicated, and confused. But as you get older, you just want peace. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no problems. You don't want, and that's why I'll never understand when people be like, oh yeah, she don't want this smoke. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Like, who around here that's over 40 years old, over 50 years old, still walking around wanting smoke? You know what I'm saying? Like, life is too short, and right now life is too there are some serious things going on, you know. I just think everybody we all need to be focused on our own stuff. You know, I like a little, don't get me wrong, I like a little entertainment here or there, but the entertainment I like is never to celebrate anybody's demise. Like, don't celebrate anybody's demise, but also don't ever count anybody out, including yourself, because like a phoenix, you'll rise. The good thing is, guys, I did wake up and I did journal this morning, and so journaling always makes me feel better. But I also know, like, not everyone is like into journaling, but I'm here to tell you, girl, if you are not, even if you have to just start with like 2 minutes a day just journaling, you can just you can just write it like you're writing a letter to yourself. Another thing that I enjoy about journaling is, like, I'm not using any, like, the cell phone, any electronic devices. I'm literally pen to paper when I journal, and I've enjoyed it. It's brought me a lot of clarity. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I deleted TikTok again, and I'm starting to see, like, TikTok is just one of those things where if you have too much idle time on your hands, you can absolutely start going down that rabbit hole, and you can start to recreate the very pattern that you're trying to run away from. And so I started to kind of see that, and I was like, oh, nah, baby, so deleted TikTok. And then another thing, to be honest with you, TikTok is really, it's informational, but a lot of that stuff is really entertaining. And it's just one of those things, like, when you're ready, whatever you missed, trust me, it's gonna be there. And honestly, what you missed, you can really get that stuff, you know, if it's really serious, it'll be on YouTube. And so that's how I had to look at it. All right, girl, so this is our face for today. Let me put on just a smidgen of blush, you know, not too much, just a little bit. But yeah, we're just gonna look a little plain Jane today. Well, I wouldn't exactly say this is plain, but you know, this is just a light little beat, you know, nothing serious. I need to look presentable, and this is as good as I'm able to do. Let me put a little bit of oil in my hair. So the trick to putting oil in your hair, and your wigs especially, so they'll still have body, is spray your oil sheen on your hands and then just run it through the hair. That way you don't overuse too much product, because for whatever reason oil sheen works, but girl, it can be really, really heavy, you know. Okay y'all, I need to run downstairs and print out some documents and stuff real quick. I'll probably just see you guys when I get downstairs. All right, girls, I'm getting ready to go out and run some errands, but let me just say this. Houston has the weirdest weather, so I just don't ever know if it's gonna be cool, if it's gonna be hot, and so a lot of times I have no idea what to wear. Today is just the weirdest thing because right now, believe it or not, guys, it is actually a little cool outside, and not only is it cool, but it's also really, really breezy. So I decided that I would throw on this super soft waffle print sweater, guys. This is so cute. You know what, I actually talked to you guys I think in the last vlog or so, I talked about these sweaters that I received from a company. So guys, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Dokotoo. So another thing that I love is just the style of the sweater. So basically you have the sides that come up a little bit, and then you have the back that dips, and then the front that dips. And I love the fact that they just kind of cinch your waist, but more importantly, they are so cozy. Y'all already know I did a wash test because I wanted to make sure that the sweaters were not going to shrink. So I actually did a wash test on the brown button down, and guys, it kept its shape. I was thinking it's like one of those fabrics, the more you wash it, the softer it gets. I did a wash test on this one. Now, what I love about this particular one is that it does kind of fit a little bit closer to you. I love that. The thing that I can honestly say that I love about the selections is that the size ranges are amazing. I got all of my sweaters in a size small. I love the fact that they naturally just have an oversized fit to them. So if you just want your sweaters to fit and kind of skim you the way that mine did, then you definitely want to go true to size. If you want them to be a little bit bigger, you know, just so you'll have that more cozy feel, definitely size up. As far as the price point, they are incredibly affordable, and that was one thing that was really, really important to me. I wanted something that was going to be affordable for my audience, you know, just given the times we're in right now, but I also wanted things that were going to be versatile as well as stylish. So yes, girls, I am so excited for these sweaters. Y'all know that I'm excited because I was talking about the sweaters in the last vlog even before I, you know, really formally introduced them to you guys. I am so appreciative that Dokotoo did reach out to me and sponsor today's video. So yes, if you have any questions, just let me know. I just want to send a special thank you out to Dokotoo for sponsoring the video. You guys let me know if you intend on ordering your soft, cozy waffle sweaters today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and back to the vlog. Alright girls, so we are in Burlington Coat Factory. I'm just trying to see what they have, and you know, since I was already in the neighborhood, girl, this Burlington it's brand new, but I'm seeing that they don't necessarily have a whole lot of stuff. And maybe because they are new, I don't really know, but normally, baby, Burlington be having the goods, you hear me? Y'all, look at this selection. No ma'am, nothing at all. Like when you look at these shoe selections and stuff, to me, I just feel like this is one of those situations where something happened at work or whatever, and you need to hurry up and just, you know, grab something. Like, girl, my shoe broke, let me run to Burlington's and go grab something real quick. That's what it's giving, because I'm not seeing nothing. But you know what, let me not prejudge, because one thing I can say about Burlington, y'all, they normally have like really, really nice candles and nice things for your home. So let's check that out and see if maybe they got some good stuff. Not too many candles, but I will say this. I had this candle before. I'm telling y'all right now, this is it. This is the one right here, girls. These smell amazing. Oh yes, If you love fresh, like woodsy, so it kind of has like a woodsy kind of fragrance to it. It smells really, really good. Ooh, y'all look at this mirror. Okay. It's so freaking tall, girl. All right. Let me see how much it is though. All I can tell you is that it's under $100, okay? But I'm not gonna see, I knew that they wouldn't disappoint. This rug is pretty. Nice. Really, really nice. It's tall. They got a nice selection of office chairs if you guys are looking to maybe change your office up a little bit. And most of their chairs are under $100. Bar stools, basic, but you know, bar stools nevertheless. Girl, I am not gonna lie. They got some cute stuff or whatever, but it's nothing that I would go home and just really be having long thoughts about. Oh, but they do have some food. Now one thing about me, baby, I'm gonna buy me some food from Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I'm going to buy the food from the discount stores. Do not judge me. Don't judge me. Judge that pinky toe. Judge that pinky toe. Don't judge me. I heard these were so good. I'm not gonna personally try them myself, but I heard these were really, really good. They got the sesame sticks. I have never seen these before. They don't really have anything that I would want. Oh, I want to try this one day, this Himalayan salt. But these grains are huge, girl. Turmeric tea. I heard this is good for y'all, I heard this is good for inflammation. Oh, nothing with the slim tea, girl. If you want your stomach to be on flat, 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 you need this right here. This gonna get you right. They also have the colon cleanse tea. I haven't heard of this before, but if it works anything like the slim tea, then you know you should be okay. Oh, what else? That's about it. Y'all, we just got a package. I need to be trying to head towards the house, but I just wanted us to get out the house for a little while. But it just feels like, y'all, it feels, hi. That man looking like, what the hell? It just feels so freaking weird to just like not have a car, y'all. I am not gonna lie. It just feels so freaking weird. But I guess, you know, I don't know, it wouldn't be this weird if Houston was like more of a walkable city. And y'all remember when we used to be driving and I used to be getting mad at them Buick LeSabres. I used to be like, girl, with this 1987 Buick LeSabre, baby, let me tell you something. I wish I had a 1987 Buick LeSabre right now, because they didn't outlasted that damn Infinity. Y'all, look at this comfort. Look at the texture. Oh, it's so nice. I love it. Very nice. Yeah, girl, I don't see nothing. Let me get up out of here. That's one thing I can say about myself that I really, really like. Like, I'm not the kind of person like that I'll come to the store and I have to just have stuff. You know, I know people like that. Like, they cannot go in any store without buying anything. And one thing about me, baby, I'm gonna come in the store, I'm gonna look around, and I'm gonna take my ass back to the house. You hear me? But yeah, girl, I'm in a pretty good mood. But I'm trying to debate like if we should walk to Sally's or not. But girl, let me say this. Okay, y'all, don't judge me, y'all. I'm finna tell y'all something. Girl, they have a nothing bundt cakes by the house. I mean, not by the house, but they have one like really down the sidewalk or whatever. So maybe we should stop over there, you know, just for a little look see. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think we're gonna just maybe walk over there and then call our Uber so we can head back towards the house. Let me figure it out and then I'll call y'all back. All right, girls, I know I'm looking different, but I'm having to restyle this wig because I want to wear this. It's so pretty. But I was noticing like this area right here, the track was showing, so I had to take some hair from the other side and maneuver it around. But anyway, y'all listen. So when I was a little kid, it was this man in our neighborhood. His name was Kirk, and Kirk was real, real tall, and he had like a really nice physique. And I used to just be over here with my mama and my aunties, and I'm like, "Ooh, girl, Kirk, no, he fine." Kirk had a Jerry curl or whatever. Kirk didn't have no neck, and he used to walk around like this, no shoulders. Y'all, his shoulders used to be high like that. but he would be like this. So, girl, because I would always hear it's like all them women admiring him. Y'all, why? I was like, ooh, when I grow up, I want my neck to be like that. Like, I wanted my neck to be I was like, oh, I want to grow up. So I used to like, I would sit in the window, like in my mama bedroom, and I would sit in the window and I would just be looking out the window at him, and I would be like practicing. Y'all, kids do the dumbest shit. So anyway, he ended up dating this lady named Sandra. And so Sandra, she was real pretty or whatever, you know, and she used to always have her makeup done. And so they was a nice looking couple. They was like the talk of the neighborhood, girl. They was a power couple of the hood. And so once he started dating Sandra, Sandra used to always wear like this green eyeshadow, like, but she was real cute. And so I was like, oh, I wish my neck was like Kirk's, and I want to wear like, I was like, when I grow up, I'm gonna wear me some green eyeshadow like Sandra, and I'm gonna be walking like her. Girl, it was just like the dumbest thing. But if you think about when you're a kid, like kids just be wanting the dumbest stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting or whatever. But anyway, we need to get down to business. We need to have a conversation, girls. Listen, the minute you start feeling like you need to go through your man's phone, it's time to pack it up, sis. I don't believe in going through phones. I've never went through a guy's phone. However, I have gone through like a guy's closet, and I found some stuff. And girl, I went through that food closet, and when I tell you my mouth was stuck like this for like 3 months, I could not close my mouth. And so it's like I would go to work and they would be like, hey, Rochelle, like, what's up? Girl, like I was just sick. Girl, I went through that food closet and I went through them check stubs. Now this fool told me he didn't have no insurance, girl. Baby, when I tell you I went through them check stubs and found out that that fool had a kid and his wages was being garnished, girl. I said, I could not believe, girl, y'all, I could not believe this man lied. It was at that moment you knew he fucked up, because it was pretty much over after that. Now, I never confronted him. I just did what Capricorns do. I checked out. And so once I checked out, the relationship was over, you know, not too long after that. But the minute you start feeling like you want to go through that phone, baby, go ahead on and pack it up and go home. Don't even worry about it. Because I just feel like, you're going to find something you don't want to find. And even if it ain't nothing, you're going to make something out of it. And then on top of that, it's just like, you don't have to go through his phone. If you see that fool starting to, girl, if he start to be a little bit more attentive on his phone, or you noticing that he's on his phone a lot, what I tell y'all, baby, mirror behavior. You just start pretending you on your phone. So the minute he pick up his phone and be looking at it, don't do it right away, because it's going to be too obvious. Wait about 30 seconds. And then when you pick your phone up, this is what you do. This for my young bombshells, because all the grown bombshells, y'all know the game. But you wait about 30 seconds or whatever, and once that fool be on his phone or whatever, you just slide your hand over and you look at your phone like this, and then you do one of these. You heard me, you got to do it like this. And then, you know, you can just, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so every time he pick up his phone, wait about 30 seconds, you pick up your phone. And then start putting your phone face down. I'm just saying, like, I'm not into playing games. I wouldn't do this, but I've done it before. I wouldn't do this now. It's just like, once I start to kind of notice the shift or the energy has changed and the phone calls slowing down, I just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when people ready to kind of move on and do something else, they don't tell you. They just do it. They just get you know, they just tend to get a little bit more, what's the name of that word? Scarce. Their presence is very scarce. I just don't believe in going through a person's phone. I don't really believe in none of that shit. Just leave him alone, girl. I'm telling you, that's the coldest thing you can do. So I'm about to tell you this. It's gonna work. And when it do, thank me later. You really wanna get under somebody's skin? Y'all broke up, but he still calls, because that's what they do. All you need to do is, if you have your voice on your voicemail, delete your voice off your voicemail and just put the standard generic voicemail on there. Baby, when I tell you, because a lot of times, not weird, but sometimes people will just call your voicemail just to hear your voice. That's a little trick I learned from Dr. Phil a long time ago, and it does work. And so once you delete your voicemail, your personal voice off of there, just put the generic voice on there. That does something to them psychologically, because a lot of times people will just keep calling you just to hear your voice. And because you're not answering the phone when they call, if they're blocked, when they call, it's going straight to voicemail. And so they at least get that satisfaction of being able to hear your voice. Don't give it to them, girl. But you might get somebody that's going to spaz out on you. So I'm just letting you know. But it won't matter because he's blocked anyway. You hear me? Girls, please don't let nobody chew and eat your 20s up. Don't let nobody chew you up in your 20s and just use you. You are in your prime. And then, guys, life is short. Life is short. Anything can happen. And if you want something, you want marriage, you want a relationship, or whatever it is you want, the minute the person that you're with, you find out that that's not what they want, just leave. Like, get on and go do something else, because you'll spend a lifetime with someone. I just feel like men know after, I don't know, I'm just going to be generous and say 6 months. They know. They know if they want to be with you or not. So why are you hanging out with this guy? Y'all got together in college, and you look up, you about to be 30 years old, and y'all still boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, and you want marriage, and he knows you want marriage. Now, it's different. Some people just don't want to get married. They're okay with just being in a relationship. But if you know you want marriage, girl, go on with your life. Travel the world. You know, to my girlies out there that's like single, you've been divorced, or you're just single and you're just trying to figure it out, travel the world. Don't be sitting around waiting on nobody. That's just like the worst position to be in. And speaking of positions, let me say this. The minute, and I do mean the minute, a man starts talking about sex or whatever, you already know. That is like literally, guys, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when men bring up sex. I hate it. But the minute they be like, oh, what's your favorite position? What position you like? You let that fool know the position to win. I want a man to put me in the position to win. Don't let nobody sit up and just have all these sexual conversations with you when you know you're not on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's different if if you're on that and you okay with that. But I just feel like when it comes to sex, like, I think that personally, a man should let a woman bring it up. And I remember telling my guy friend that, I was like, stop bringing up sex to these women. If she wants to be intimate with you, she will bring it up. And he gonna tell me, well, if we waited on y'all, we'll be waiting forever. And I was just like, okay, that's not true. But typically, that's not something women want to talk about at the beginning stages, unless she TTG, and TTG is just trained to go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just think that that's a huge turn off for me. Huge, big. But anyway, so yeah, girl, I'm trying to get this wig back to what it was when I first got it, girl. Look at them edges all chewed up. Now this is the this is the edges from the wig, baby. These edges is chewed up. You hear me? I think what I'm gonna do, let me see, girl, but y'all know I'm gonna finesse it and get it back together. So I think I'm just gonna try to like mimic that little part or whatever. Oh my God, girls, I'm tired. Oh, it's been a long day. Girl, this is good. You know what, y'all? I can't do this no more. I'm tired. So I think we're gonna retire this wig for tonight and just reconvene in the morning. I'm over it. Oh, but anyway, girls, I am about to wash my hands, wash my face again because it's still oily. How is your face still oily once you get out the shower and you've already washed it? I just can't take it. So anyway, let me do that, and then I'm gonna see y'all in the morning.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Every time I try to go, something keeps pulling me back. Everything's going watch you die, giving so much of yourself. It seems the only way. Tell me what you want and I will give it to you. I try to leave, you keep putting me back.
Ladies, men always know when you have a high level of insecurity. And this is what they will do. They don't have to do anything. You will showcase your insecurities to your toleration out the gate. You being so desperate that you will receive anything. I don't care how nice you dress. I don't care how nice you live. I don't care if you make above 85K. I don't care. Men aren't impressed by those things. But a man that's a savage is always impressed by a woman with very low self-esteem. Because your insecurities radiate through you, through your Versace cologne, through your Chanel shirt or whatever, through your luxury Lexus vehicle, your nice condo, because you're not doing internal work. And you come off as desperate. A man will never respect a lady that is desperate. He loves access to you, listen, to use you. Did you hear me? He loves access to you to use you for your time, for your body. You are a fun girl. Because true confidence do not tolerate disrespect. Learn the difference. Pretending to be confident and talking. Confidence is action only, not too many words.
Right, girls. Okay, y'all, so I don't know what got into me. I got this crazy idea that I should do 2 vlogs at once. So that's what's been going on. Baby, your girl been over here double dutching, okay? But listen, I have just some words of encouragement for my girls out there that are on the job market and you are looking for a job. You guys know that I made a conscious decision that I would be returning back to corporate America if God sees it fit that I do so. However, I have been actively looking, and not only actively looking, but extremely intentionally looking. And so I just want to encourage you girls that do the thing. Go for the big jobs. Don't let job descriptions and words discourage you or intimidate you. And also, guys, don't let a salary amount intimidate you. So I got a quick little story time for you guys. Because I have been looking for a job lately, my resume has been getting some nice hits. I received an email from a recruiter. She wanted me to apply for a position. I almost talked myself out of it because I was like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. So she and I got on the phone, and after she spoke to me, she was just like, you know, Rochelle, you can do this job. Like, I don't even know this lady. She's all the way in Miami. I'm all the way in Houston. And I was like, I don't even know this lady, but it's just the fact of like this woman who does not look anything like me, if you know what I mean. You know, she's encouraging me. She's telling me like, you can do this job, you know, and then so, but she was honest and she was like, the only concern that I have is your business, because she asked me about my company, and I was like, yes, I am the owner and the CEO of my own company. And so her thing was like, well, are you willing to walk? Are you gonna just walk away from your company, you know, with the type of money you make and go back into corporate America? I fear that, you know, I know you're probably making X, Y, and Z, and this position pays this. Girl, first of all, she assumed that my company makes a lot more revenue than it does. So anyway, I explained, she was like, what are your intentions? What are you gonna do with your company? And I said, I'm considering divesting. And she was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You will not divest that company. Y'all, this girl was passionate. I don't know if it was because she was from Miami or whatever, but she was like, absolutely not. And she was saying, if right now business is as slow as you say it is, maybe you can shift and then start working on doing your company on the weekends, but absolute divesting is not an option. And so what I explained to her is that I did not want her to be concerned about me being able to perform at the highest level for the opportunity. And she was like, I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to be able to do this job. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, this lady do not know me. All she knew is she had a conversation with me. She felt that I was extremely smart and capable of doing the job. And she did not want me to sell my business. So anyway, she was like, I'm going to take your resume and I'm going to pass it on to my manager. My manager is going to call you if he sees that you are a good fit. And then if he feels that you're a good fit, the next step is we're going to pass your resume on to the hiring manager. Girl, when I tell you it wasn't even 2 hours later, I got an email from her saying the hiring manager wants to speak with you. So once she talked to her manager and was like, you know, this is a businesswoman, she's a business owner, but she is looking to go back into, you know, the corporate world. He was like, you know what? Yeah, this is our girl. So I ended up having an interview with the hiring manager. We had an amazing interview. The interview lasted for a little bit over an hour. It was supposed to be 45 minutes, but I had a lot of questions for him. You know, I was just really concerned about, you know, why the position was open. And then he wanted to know about a lot of my skills. And he also wanted to know, what are you going to do with your company? And so he was trying to understand what I do. And so I was explaining to him what it is that I do right now. And so he was like, And so he wanted to know what I was going to do with my company. And then I told him, you know, I'm considering divesting. And of course he was like, no. And so I say all of that to say, number one, God will put people in your path. Okay. When that lady hit me up, guys, I had just had a really difficult conversation that I did not want to have with someone. It was a very hard conversation. When I got that email, it was maybe 30 minutes after this extremely difficult conversation. I was not about to respond back to her because I saw these words that were so intimidating and I had so much self-doubt. And then something just said, Rochelle, just respond, just respond. And I responded. And then the process, look how fast the process happened. I say that to encourage you that don't let words and money intimidate you. I had no idea how much the position paid, but old deputy dog Rochelle, baby, I didn't before the lady called me, y'all, I didn't went because she's a third-party recruiter. Baby, I didn't ran down to her website of the company that she works for, and I pulled up the actual amount that the company pays. So companies are doing this weird thing now where they'll advertise that the pay is substantially lower than what it is. However, the amount of money that they were paying, I was like, oh my God. But when she told me how much it really paid, it paid more. So it said one thing on the website, but when we had the conversation, she offered me a higher amount. And again, maybe because I'm a business owner. So anyway, I say that to encourage you girls to also go for the higher paying jobs. Do not let those things intimidate you. And even if you feel like you might not have a chance of getting it, it does not matter. First of all, we got to be a little bit more strategic and intentional. Initially, before January, you know, something really weird happened in January. We're not going to say what it was, but that weird thing happened in January, and it changed a lot of things for us, especially Black women. And so what I want you guys to start doing is planting the seed. Plant the seed. So if you plant the seed, it may not grow in that field, but it's going to grow. You know what I mean? And so I started applying for positions that people would deem as extremely intimidating just based off of the salary alone. But you know what? I have run my business for 4 years and I've done it single-handedly, and I know what I'm doing, and I know that I'm an asset and I can go into another company and help them run their show. And so anyway, that, and then guys, the level of confidence that I gained just because someone saw the value in me that didn't even know me. This lady did not know me. And then to add the cherry on top, the company that I spoke with, the man that I spoke with, he really liked me. And of course, I said, thank you for selecting me. And he just told me how dynamic my resume was. And so that was just such a boost of confidence. You know, that was nobody but God. As far as the position is concerned, they did have to put the position on hold. However, they would like for me to, you know, if I'm available, when the position becomes available, they would like for me to take the opportunity. And so, you know, though we gonna let God work that out in the background. But anyway, I just want you girls to know, like, you are worthy. And when God starts to shift things in your life, he's going to start bringing people into your life that are going to encourage you to go for the big thing. People who don't even know you. All they have to do is have one conversation with you, and it's like they know. And, you know, don't be scared of these jobs that pay the kind of money, because if you guys really set up and did a resume rehabilitation, or if you rehabilitated your resume and rebuilt it, you will find that you're very qualified for a lot of these opportunities. You know, that's what I had to do. And I don't change my resume anymore, guys. I don't do that anymore. I used to, but I stopped. And so now when I apply for a job, if I'm applying for it, there is nothing in me that feels like I will not get the opportunity. You know, if I see a job that's paying, you know, I don't care, 150,000, I don't care, 180, it doesn't matter, because I know that I'm capable of doing the job. I know that I am. I'm seasoned. I'm well versed. I'm a business owner. I'm a coach. I'm a trainer. I'm a go-getter. I mean, there is nothing that I cannot do. And I'm telling you, all you need is that one shot. Even if that shot, the interview that you get, even if you don't land, it lets you know that you're in the right direction. You're going in the right direction. And so I think that's what I needed. You know, I just wanted to tell y'all, because it let me know that I was going in the right direction. And by the way, guys, I did not apply for this job. I don't know how this lady found me. I know that I have a very niche, unique skill set that is extremely rare. And that's where my confidence comes from. I know that I'm rare, and I know that I'm wanted. We just gonna say that. And I want you guys to feel the same way. So what I was thinking about is doing tomorrow is showing you guys how I apply for a job. First of all, I assess the job first. Once I do assess it and see where I fit in, I will then take that job description and I will plug it into ChatGPT, and I'll say, based off of my resume, do you think that this is a good fit? And she'll come back and say yes or no. And then she will literally compare my resume to the opportunity. And so she'll say, if it's an opportunity where I am doing in software or data integration, she'll say, well, you did this, and this here. So if you did this, and this here, it's going to translate over to this. And so if you guys would like, maybe we'll wait until the next vlog, because I need to know if that's something you even want. I don't want to be putting stuff out there that you guys don't want, but I can do that. And the reason why I'm feeling so confident is because your girl is in the big league. And so now that I know that these companies want me and they don't mind paying me big money, I'm going to give you everything that I got. Everything that I got, I'm going to give it to you, so you can then take what I have and you can, you know, use that. One last thing before we go, because the battery is getting low. There's always going to be signs. There's always going to be signs. I started getting emails and stuff from different recruiters in that same pay range. So when you constantly start getting emails and there are too many similarities in the pay range that you thought you would never make starts to, you know, manifest itself, baby, it's go time. It's go time. But anyway, girls, I just wanted to give you guys some words of encouragement. But I'm going to go ahead and charge this battery up, take this makeup off, and get ready to go to bed. And then I'll see you guys in the morning.
If you